You ever get so tired that even blinking feels like work? Not tired like I stayed up too late, but tired like your body's here and your mind's somewhere else. Tired like your smile feels rented, like you're going through the motions with nothing left behind your eyes. That heavy kind of tired, the one you feel in your chest more than your muscles. That's not physical, that's emotional fatigue. It's spiritual burnout. And no, another cup of coffee won't fix it. You know that version of tired. Most people do, but no one talks about it. Because if you admit it, really admit it, it sounds like something's wrong with you. But it's not just you. This modern world is designed to keep you running, while convincing you that stopping makes you weak. The problem is, stopping isn't the enemy, it's the answer. What you need is not just sleep. It's not a vacation. It's not to push through. What you need is rest. But not the surface kind. Not crash on the couch with your phone rest. I'm talking about the kind of rest that goes down to your bones, that recalibrates your nervous system, that makes you feel for the first time in months like you can exhale without guilt. Rest so deep it feels like hitting a reset button. We've been trained to see rest as an afterthought, something you earn after working hard enough, something you get once you've crossed the finish line. But what if rest isn't the reward? What if it's the requirement? What if you've been pushing for so long that you've forgotten who you are when you're not exhausted? That was me, for years. I lived in productivity mode. I worshipped grind. I believed tired was proof I was trying hard enough. I treated exhaustion like a badge, and I thought if I just kept going, I'd eventually arrive at some magical finish line where I could finally stop and breathe. But there is no finish line, not the one we imagine. There's just you, stuck in a cycle, drained, bitter, disconnected from joy, from meaning, from yourself. I didn't need a better calendar. I didn't need more ambition. I needed to reset. So what is real rest? Rest isn't just sleep. Sleep repairs the body. Rest repairs the being. Rest is the pause that reminds you you're more than your productivity. It's a return to your natural rhythm, the one before you started measuring your worth in output. It's not a nap. It's not laziness. It's not giving up. It's a deep, quiet coming home to yourself. Rest is when your nervous system unclenches, when your breathing slows and you realize you've been bracing for something for months. It's when your body softens and your mind finally stops sprinting. It's when you stop proving, stop performing, and start being. You don't have to deserve rest. That belief, that rest has to be earned, is poison. It's what keeps people grinding until they break. It's why you scroll on your phone for 2 hours at night, but still feel exhausted. Because your body isn't stupid. It knows that's not rest. That's numbing. The truth is, you are allowed to rest simply because you exist. You don't have to crash to justify taking a breath. You don't need to collapse to get permission to pause. You don't need to be on the edge to take a step back. You can choose rest before the burnout. That's power. That's wisdom. That's strength. But let's be honest, real rest isn't always peaceful. Sometimes rest is messy. Sometimes it's lying on the floor, staring at the ceiling with 1,000 thoughts buzzing. Sometimes it's crying into your hoodie at 2 a.m. because your soul is tired and you don't even know why. That's rest too. Rest isn't just candles and soft music. It's silence that hurts before it heals. Because when you finally stop, all the things you've been avoiding start showing up. The tension, the grief, the guilt, the emptiness. That's not failure. That's recovery. That's your nervous system doing a reset. I had to learn to stop performing calmness and actually pursue it. At first, I didn't know how to rest. I'd sit still and feel agitated. I'd take time off and feel guilty. I thought rest meant I was falling behind. But behind what? A life that was speeding past me while I felt like a shell. So, I started with 10 minutes. 10 minutes of silence. No screens. No noise. No multitasking. Just me. It was hard. My brain screamed to check my phone, to do something. Anything. But I stayed. That was the beginning. Over time, 10 minutes turned into moments of clarity. My breath deepened. My thoughts softened. And for the first time in years, I didn't feel like I had to run to catch up to myself. I had caught up, and that's when I understood. Rest is not what takes you away from life. It's what brings you back to it. Rest makes you dangerous. Why? Because rested people think clearly. Rested people don't snap at others out of stress. Rested people don't chase validation from burnout. Rested people walk away from chaos without apology. Rested people remember who they are and they stop letting exhaustion define them. You want a sharper mind? You want deeper relationships? You want purpose? You can't get there while drained. You need capacity. You need space. You need the kind of reset that only real rest provides. So how do you start? Not with the perfect morning routine or an app. You start by listening to your body. You start by paying attention to when your shoulders are tight, your breathing is shallow, your reactions are short. You start by asking, what would it look like to just pause for real? Maybe it's journaling without a goal. Maybe it's walking without headphones. Maybe it's lying in bed for 10 minutes doing absolutely nothing. Maybe it's saying no to one more commitment and yes to breathing room. There's no one size fits all. The goal is not perfection. The goal is presence. You don't need a retreat in the mountains. You don't need to delete everything and run away. You just need 10 honest minutes a day to come back to yourself, to be quiet, to be still, to breathe like it matters, to stop measuring your value by how much you produce, and remember that you are valuable even when you do nothing. That's the reset. That's the button we keep missing, because we're too busy trying to earn what we already deserve. If no one has told you this lately, hear it now. You've done enough today. You don't need to finish everything. You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to keep grinding until your soul frays. You are allowed to stop, to exhale, to say, this moment is mine. You don't need a reason to rest. You just need to let yourself. The world will keep spinning, but your peace, that's your responsibility. No one's gonna give it to you. You have to claim it. So take the pause, not because you're falling apart, but because you're finally choosing to stay whole. Rest so deep your mind says, thank you. Rest so deep your body says, I remember this. Rest so deep your soul says, finally you heard me. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's not giving up. That's resetting. And once you remember what that feels like, you'll stop chasing exhaustion like it's a prize. You'll start honoring rest like it's a superpower. Because it is.